Hey guys, Lexus Driver here. Another relatively short video just to keep my channel going. You're probably wondering why I have this on my computer screen. Well, um, I like to say that uh, you know when I was young, the the common space telescope I was so used to ever since I was young was the Hubble Space Telescope. But when I first heard about the James Webb Space Telescope, this took me on a brand new chapter because uh, me born in the late 1990s. I was born in 1999. Throughout when I was throughout my time growing up in the early 2000s through the 2010s, um, the space telescope I was so used to hearing a lot is the Hubble Space Telescope. But this one right here, this is the James Webb Space Telescope. How I got to know this space telescope was there's actually a YouTube channel that I'm subscribed to, and I will link his channel down below in the description, and also his video explaining the James Webb Space Telescope. The YouTube channel is named Jared Owen. He's a great YouTuber. He shows 3D animations of various things. He's really good. So I suggest you subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna give my thoughts about this brand new telescope. Um, when I first heard about the James Webb Space Telescope, the first time I heard it blew my mind. I feel like when I first saw the design of the James Webb Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, I feel like this is like the next generation of the Hubble Space Telescope, because the Hubble Space Telescope, as of now, it's still giving us good images of distant galaxies, but as of now, we don't know how long it's gonna go until the mission ends. It's very unlikely that. It's very unlikely that they might bring the Hubble Space Telescope back because number one, the space shuttle is already retired, and Hubble is still working, but we don't know how long it's going to work. But hopefully in the near future, it might give us something more. But but as of now, Hubble is still in low Earth orbit. Why I would say the James Webb Space Telescope is more next generation. It's because this telescope has so many things that can do that Hubble can't. So this is why I would say the James Webb Space Telescope is much more next generation. And according to Jared Owen on his YouTube video, he did say that it doesn't really look like a telescope. Well, I could say the same thing because the design of the James Webb Space Telescope, it's like a giant satellite dish. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can agree that it's like a big satellite dish, but I can try and imagine if it's tubular, a tube. As you may know, if it's tubular, then you can picture it as like if it's an actual telescope. If it's tubular, but I know I understand why they designed the James Webb Space Telescope like this. It's because it's to take advantage of the infrared light, because the Hubble Space Telescope, it only captures um, it only captures visible light. It can capture infrared light, but it's mostly visible light. The James Webb Space Telescope here, this does capture it does capture visible light, but it's much more advanced because it can capture infrared light, and as a result, this will be able to see distant galaxies and stars in our universe. And uh, the James Webb Space Telescope, it left me astonished to see this telescope in action. Um, uh, like a giant a giant satellite dish like telescope with gold platings, mainly to reflect infrared light, and yeah, I was pretty amazed the first time I saw the James Webb Space Telescope. But what I'll say about the James Webb Space Telescope, it kind of reminds me of it kind of reminds me of the Mars rover because when I did some digging about the James Webb Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, it's not in low Earth orbit. It's in a Lagrange point 2. I understand why they put it there. It's because of gravity issues. They want to keep the gravity balance and also to make sure the telescope can still work. And and using infrared light was really a good idea for the James Webb Space Telescope because I've paid so much attention in science class, especially when it comes to astronomy, because infrared light is something we can't see. Visible light is what we can see, but infrared light we can't see. Uh, so what else I'm gonna say? Overall, I did see some pictures of distant galaxies taken from the Hubble Space Telescope throughout the internet, but when I did some research on the James Webb Space Telescope on the images they took, it was very high resolution, like something that we don't see, something that we have seen the first time, and to gain our understanding of the distant galaxies in our universe. But overall, yeah, um, I'm pretty sure people my age, like who knew about Hubble, who knew Hubble but haven't heard about the James Webb Space Telescope, um, pretty pretty amazed, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of uh, well me in this day and age. I'm pretty sure lots of people are looking forward to see more of what Webb can do. But to summarize what I'm going to say here, the first time seeing the James Webb Space Telescope, pretty it's a pretty cool telescope. Uh, Even though it doesn't actually look like a telescope, it looks like a giant satellite dish. But I understand the design they came up with when they built this telescope, because it's to get more infrared light and also to make a great image. And since the James Webb Space Telescope uses a really big mirror, it's much bigger than the Hubble Space Telescope. So I'm I'm really amazed, and uh, I can imagine like if I can imagine like if I ever come up with a science fiction if I ever come up with a science fiction story that involves space liners or something. I can imagine like I can imagine like a space liner going past the James Webb Space Telescope, as the crew are heading to Mars on their space liner. And also another fanfic, for those who really like, who for those who played the Star Fox Adventure games, I can imagine like I can imagine what's his character? I can imagine Fox McCloud and his girlfriend, later wife Krystal, when they're cruising around in space, like when they go through Dinosaur Planet and other planets. I'm pretty sure they might come across the solar system, and when they come across the James Webb Space Telescope, I can imagine like Fox McCloud and his crew, along with Krystal, when they look out the window, they'd be pretty amazed seeing the James Webb Space Telescope. Um, the James Webb Space Telescope, they did plan on having it operate for a decade or 2 decades, but let's see how it goes. Because this is pretty much one of the coolest telescopes I've ever seen launched into space, the James Webb Space Telescope. But um, built when I did some research about the James Webb Space Telescope, I understand why they came up with this one, because they have to figure out a way to build a telescope that can replace the Hubble Space Telescope, because the Hubble Space Telescope, it's been around um, since the 1990s. The 1990s, during the space shuttle mission, they launched the Hubble Space Telescope. So I understand why they built the James Webb Space Telescope. I would say it's to replace the Hubble Space Telescope, but they might also be working on another kind of telescope. That could later on, like once those decades have passed, they might build another space telescope that will be intended to replace the James Webb Space Telescope once it reaches its lifespan. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I know it's pretty short, not more than 20 minutes or something. I know it's pretty short, but just to upload this video to keep my channel going. This this one is from Google. This one I'm not gonna link this down in the description down below, but I will link the channel I subscribe to down in the description down below, and also the video and also his video on the James Webb Space Telescope, along with him explaining the Hubble Space Telescope, in the description down below. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, and have a good day, everybody.